Hey there everyone! Welcome to another exciting episode of This Week in Thrifting. As usual, we're going to do a little shopping, we're going to pick out some cool finds, and we're going to see if WorthPoint can help us figure out what they might be worth. So let's get thrifting. Folks, I hope your new year is off to a fabulous start. Mine certainly is, because today I'm visiting one of my favorite thrift stores. This is the Longmont Community Thrift Store in Boulder County, Colorado. So much great stuff to check out, including Fiesta wear, ooh la la. But today I am breaking out of housewares for a change to check out this awesome section. As you can see, this is a big shelf full of vintage electronics, including cameras and camera supplies. Now, when I buy cameras, it's to use them or collect them, but cameras can also be a great item for resellers too, even if you don't have tons of mechanical know-how. Here's a great example. This is a Super 8 film camera, the Picture America in Color XL503, probably dating back to the 1970s. Now, this is priced as is for $24.99. And because it's marked as is, it's not clear to me just how much this has been tested. However, even if this camera doesn't work at all, you could still resell it and make some money. Let's do a visual search real quick with the WorthPoint app and see what comparable cameras have sold for. Now, a lot of these listings are for Canon cameras, and those do often resell for a higher price. However, these models are, for the most part, pretty similar to our thrifted camera. Overall, we're seeing a very basic design. Sometimes you will see Super 8 cameras with lots of bells and whistles, like they can shoot additional frame rates, they might have timers, adjustable shutter angles, etc. But the cameras we're seeing here are, like our thrifted one, pretty simple. And as we can see, you could sell a camera like this for parts for at least $50, maybe even closer to $100. But if it's working, you could probably ask for over $100, maybe even close to $150 or even $200. One thing I will say from personal experience is that when I'm looking to buy a fully functional Super 8 camera and I see one for under $250, that's really exciting. That's a great deal. And believe me, there are filmmakers working with Super 8 film out there who would like a camera like this. Again, there are lots of variables to keep in mind when trying to figure out what a camera like this might be worth, but judging by these listings, I think that paying $24.99 for this camera is a great deal. Even if it doesn't work and we just sell it for parts, we've got the opportunity to make some decent money off of this. Here's another thing to look for when you're examining a vintage Super 8 camera. If you don't have any AA batteries on you to test it in the store, and you're trying to figure out if the camera works or not, open up the battery compartment and see how it looks. Now remember, Super 8 cameras were a consumer product, and sometimes amateur filmmakers didn't know how to properly care for them. Sometimes the owners would use them for a while, then put them in a drawer or an attic and forget about them, with the batteries still in the chamber. So when someone finds the camera again years later, those batteries have been sitting in the camera for years, sometimes decades, and the batteries will leak, the chamber is full of battery acid, and the camera doesn't work anymore, unless you're able to fix that type of thing. So if the battery chamber is clean, like this camera, that's a good sign that it could still work. I mean, look how clean this is. We have hardly any signs of damage or battery acid. That's a fantastic sign. Stay tuned until the end of this episode, because when I get home, I'm going to pop some batteries in and we'll see if this still works. Here's another great section of the thrift store, more electronics. Again, a great item to resell even if it's just for parts. Here's an Elmo projector on sale for $20, labeled as working. Let's do another quick visual search with the WorthPoint app and see what we can find. I will say that the visual search tool works best if there's only one item in the picture. If there's other stuff in the frame or in the background, that can give you more mixed results. It's best if you can isolate the object that you're trying to research and then take a photo of just that thing. All right, here we go. We've got a similar projector by the same manufacturer that resold for $90. Not bad for an item that only cost you $20 at the thrift store. Let's try another search, and this time we'll just type Elmo projector 8mm into the search bar. Now we see another projector popping up that resold for almost $200. That's awesome. And further down, we see another Elmo projector that resold for about $60, and that was selling just for parts. So this is another great find for resellers who are looking to flip some antique and vintage camera equipment. Finally, I can never resist sorting through the purses whenever I go thrifting, and look what happened to catch my eye. This is a Yashica camera bag, and I love it. This is in great shape. All you need to do is vacuum out the inside and it's ready to use or resell. I especially love these older camera bags that have some structure to them. And even though it's kind of big and bulky, that structure is going to help protect the camera, and honestly, that's my top priority. Also, when you're reselling cameras, it's sort of nice to be able to sell a camera bundle. You can have your camera, a nice camera bag, maybe add some kind of lens cleaning kit, and if you can get your hands on the original manual, that's also a great item to include. Just some little touches to make your potential buyers feel like they're getting more bang for their buck. This is a sweet find. And at last, as promised, it's time to test out this Super 8 camera. Now that I'm at home, I've added some batteries. Let's see what happens. You heard it, folks. It works! This camera works! If I were looking to resell this, I think I could probably ask around $200. At least that's what I'd start at. But I love these things. I'm so excited to have another working Super 8 camera in my collection, and I can't wait to start shooting some film with it. All right, everyone. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this episode, please like and subscribe to the WorthPoint channel. Until next time, keep thrifting.